afternoon, and thank you for visiting my Philadelphia. Today we're doing our video from the Pennsylvania Academy of the Fine Arts here on North Broad Street. And today's subject that I'd like to share with you today is why I believe all of my Philadelphia Eagles should be visiting the White House this upcoming Tuesday. I'll jump right in. This football season was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing, done in an unthinkable way from a team that was given little to no chance at the end to do what we accomplished for the first time in our team's history. And it was very beautiful, it was very great. An offer has been extended to the Philadelphia Eagles to visit the White House. It's something that's done by every Super Bowl champion. And as we all know, there's a lot of strife in our country, right? There's people that are on one side of the fence or the other when it's dealing with Donald Trump, our current United States president. Out of respect, that's just what he is, okay? There are individuals that during our national anthem have taken a knee or have demonstrated one way or the other their thoughts and feelings on the state of where our country is at right now, and they have communicated their displeasure on how the current presidential administration has handled those said events. No matter if it's about education or about equality in the justice system, about homelessness, whatever it might be, there's people like Malcolm Jenkins, Chris Long, and other people. I believe Brandon Graham's in it as well, Torrey Smith, and are choosing not to attend the White House visit this coming Tuesday. Now, you guys that tune into the channel know that I'm a nutcase Philadelphian, right? And I'm a diehard Eagles fan, and I'm going to say right off the bat, this isn't a video or a message to those players condemning them. You guys also know that I've served the United States military, the United States Navy, submarine duty. So I respect the freedoms that I fought for, freedom of speech. So by no means is this video condemning them for the choice that they have made. But what I want to do is try to influence those individuals to go, but for the right reason. Because when you're going, you're representing the Philadelphia Eagles, you're representing my city, and you're also representing something that I believe is a little bit bigger. I think you're representing God. Christian, I am. But let me give you my quick perspective, because maybe you're even watching this video and you have this thought and feeling about the Trump administration or about the individuals that are choosing not to go, and maybe we can all see some level of common ground through this. But I'm going to direct this more towards, we'll say, Malcolm Jenkins and Chris Long and the other people that have chosen not to go. And the reasons why I think you should go. Look at this season. Look at this NFL season this year, where, you know, people expected us to go 7-9, 8-8, but as things progressed, yeah, we did lose that game against Kansas City early, and we did lose that game against Seattle, but you know what? We looked like a team on the rise and a team to reckon with, you know, to be reckoned with. And we started becoming the favorite when nobody was giving a shot before. But as we all know it, Carson Wentz went down, along with other key players. You know, Darren Sproles went down, Jason Peters, Jordan Hicks, you know, the list goes on, Caleb Sturgis, all these people went down, but the straw that broke the camel's back for people believing in us was Carson Wentz going down against the Rams and saying that Nick Foles can't produce greatness, and Doug Peterson's not prepared for something like this, and so it's not going to happen. We all know the storyline, and you also know, the people that tune into this channel know that I believe no matter what. And then it happened. But the way it happened together. Like, everybody had buy-in together. Like no matter what people were saying out in the media, the people inside that locker room decided to band together no matter what, no matter whatever odds they were set to face, they're going to face those odds together, win or lose, and leave everything out there and show up together. Obviously, that's a lead into one of the reasons why I think all together our Philadelphia Eagles should go to the White House. It's not even celebrating the current presidency. It's celebrating the unity of a team that can't be broken no matter what's been said on the outside. That's one point that I could expand on, but I want to leave it at that. The second point that I want to bring up is the Trump administration. Am I a huge fan of? No, I'm not. I'm not a fan of the Trump administration. But there's something to be said about going for the opportunity of change. You know, for the most part, where you think Trump might stand, but that's also a lot of the media stuff. I mean, I've met plenty of people that are different in person, but also there's a shot out there. There's a shot that we can, as Philadelphians, Philadelphia Eagles, can go down in that same group, team unity, and give him a taste of what greatness is like with such a diverse background that had to take everybody and everything into consideration in order to achieve that greatness that people didn't think was possible. The way that this country was even founded when Philadelphia was the capital of the United States. Think about that. He obviously wants to be remembered for something positive, right? Why not show him that? Or if you're at ends and eat with him and you have, let's say, a Christian background, or go there and give him that choice. Almost like a Moses to the Pharaoh kind of thing. Let my people go in education, in justice, in homelessness, whatever it might be. There's some things that you're hurting. I'm going to show up and at least show my heart to you and say, hey, look, I'm here not just for myself, but for my cause. And I'm going to give my cause and the people that cause is linked to a shot to make a change and make a difference in the highest house of our land, which is the White House, which our president lives. Because when you go there, you're doing something and you're representing more than just yourself. But if you don't go, just like if you don't show up to the Super Bowl, you can't win it, right? And if you put the ball in his court, say, hey, look, I've showed up and I'm willing to work with you about this, and I'm not going to be at ends with you. We're actually also teaching the people that we are set to lead to be bigger than our egos or this bigger than what we think is possible. We're giving something greater a possibility. We're doing something different, because otherwise, if you're just not going because you don't like the guy, well, he's not going to go to you because he doesn't like you, and then, does the communication even happen? And then we go nowhere as a people. I would love for him to see you face to face and look into the eyes of Malcolm Jenkins and Chris Long and extend that handshake just a little bit longer and say, hey, look, people want you to do the right thing, and that's why I'm here. Let's support that. Let's move forward together. And that's what I like to try to teach my kids and the people I influence, and even the reason why I do this channel. That's point number 2, the reason why I think it should go. The last and the greatest point, and it comes from, yes, a Christian background, Christian perspective, is all about what God does. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe that God is light, and that light needs to be shed everywhere, no matter what. A lot of people have their opinions about Donald Trump, and they believe that he makes a lot of decisions that are misinformed and uneducated or just wrong or racist or whatever it might be your opinion of it is. Here you go. If you think he has a mentality of darkness, guess what he just did? He invited light into his house. He invited your light into his house. You're responsible for the kind of light that you shed everywhere. And if you truly believe in love, love isn't just doing things for people that already love you or support you. Love is reaching out to the people that are unsaved, people that are wrong, people that have these crazy opinions or practices at the time, just like Paul did, right? But giving that opportunity to extend yourself and to go into somebody else's house and shed that light and show them how it's done, and potentially make that change in the heart that lasts for a lifetime. How awesome would it be for you to plant that seed in the President of the United States' heart? And you can go there not in a standoff kind of way. You can go there in a joyous kind of, like, remember when you're in the locker room dancing to Meek Mill, right? And think about it, like, you had enough influence that got that guy out of jail so he can go into the Sixers playoff game. I mean, like, you guys were energized at a level that was beyond what we've ever seen out of a Super Bowl winning team. To the point, I mean, how many people even imagine like Jeffrey Lurie doing his little shimmy and whatever, and Doug Peterson doing his thing, and everybody singing together. It was a time, and then it flowed over to the parade, even to this day, and it's in June now, that when you're at Phillies games and Sixers games, and that you can still hear Eagles chants, and it's just all over the seat, and there's a happiness that you can't proceduralize or legislate. It's that joy that just is in us as Philadelphians. It's people that want something great and that achieve something great together. We have the option, we have the opportunity to bring that to his house, like to show up at the White House, not just to go, and I'm just going to give this handshake. No, we have the opportunity to bring stuff with us. Like, bring a cheesesteak down from Jim's on South Street, or bring him a dog mask, or bring him a little Rocky statue, or bring him a little Liberty Bell, or bring him a love statue, whatever, that he can put on his desk. Bring him something that lets him know that loving Philadelphia entered. And that people of Philadelphia has extended themselves to him to be great together. This is a different place to do a video, and this is more of my future, and I know that. I want to thank the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts for even allowing me, Matt, thank you very much for even allowing for me to do this video in here, because you know what? I was outside, and the wind was blowing over my camera, my tripod, and it was going to be very difficult for me to do this video for its purpose. But I was able to look people in their eyes and explain to them my heart and exactly where I'm coming from. And they then extended the opportunity for me to come into this place today and do this. And for the benefit of not just me, but for the people that are watching. In my opinion, that's the Philadelphia experience. That's the American experience that needs to happen more often in all these different avenues of what we want to make change. We're doing it today, together as a people. And what I'm asking is for our leaders on the football field, like a Malcolm Jenkins and Chris Long and a Brandon Graham and a Torrey Smith, I'm asking for you with your cause and what you believe in to do it at our White House, not just for yourself, but for all of us. For all of us that want to believe in something bigger and greater, but don't have that opportunity unless you give up your spot for a person like me, because I'd be more than happy to go and represent my city and my Philadelphia Eagles and my God in such a way that is beneficial for the progression of this country and for all those that are affected. So to all my YouTubers out there, what I am asking of you, not requiring, but what I'm asking for you to do is to send this as many times as you can to Malcolm Jenkins and Chris Long and Brandon Graham and Torrey Smith and any other Eagle that you know is not going. Also send it to Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson, Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, and Joe Douglas, and yeah, the list goes on. Send it to as many Eagles as you can to let them know that we want them, I personally want them to go to represent my city in the most loving way possible, because that's what we're called to do. Because this has to be bigger now than the Super Bowl trophy. This has to be bigger now than the presidency of President Trump. This has to deal with God's love, the city that He's placed in, and the story of what we're going to do with it in the future. So thanks for joining today. I hope to hear from all of you in the future. The invitation for me to even go out with the Eagles to the White House to go represent my city, I'll be more than happy to take it. And I want this to be more of steps moving forward of us coming together and doing something great together instead of something else that pulls us apart. Thank you, have a blessed day, and as always, go Birds. Yeah!